All right. Last part of the mid-season predictions, we got the awards. Now, I'm going to be honest, I have to do the awards last because a lot of the things that people are just not going to be able to be qualified for. But today we're going to be doing the awards. It's going to be kind of like a reaction at the same time of being like a video. It's not really reaction because a lot of this stuff is just really just giving me an idea what the actual awards are when it comes to like Coach of the Year. And it's a lot I even forgot when I did the NFL. So we're going to be doing our awards predictions before the season is over. This is going to be probably my last time doing something like this. I probably don't do another one. I don't think it's going to be really a point. I think we kind of know who's going to be winning these awards. It's going to be time. But honestly, I don't want to get into all the argument and stuff like that. It's going to probably happen when it gets around there. I don't know if Jokic is disqualified. But I don't even think that really matters when it comes to that award. But yeah, today we're going to be doing our awards predictions. Coach of the Year, pretty much every single award. Rookie of the Year, all those. So if y'all do want more of these, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff out the way. Let's get into it. Alright, so we are going to be reacting to the Ringers 25-26 award prediction. Now, this was their preseason prediction, so I'm not going to really be going too much into what they're saying. I'm really going to be giving my opinion. Like I said, I'm trying to see what the awards are. It's kind of what it is. So, first award, Coach of the Year. Now, you see they talking about Spoelstra, Ty Lue, Rick Carlisle, Quinn Snyder, which are pretty much cool shouts because think about it, Hawks coming into the year, Clippers coming into the year, the Pacers, I don't really understand too much, honestly. But in my opinion, right now today, the Coach of the Year has to go to JB Bickerstaff, what he's doing with the Pistons. Like, you can talk about the Thunder, what they're doing. I'm going to be real. A good shout is the Spurs. People thought the Pistons was going to be good. I don't think nobody had the Spurs being this good. I think people had Spurs as a playing team at most. The Spurs are arguably in that best team in the league tier. So, you got to give a lot of credit to the coach because even when Wemby is out, they have a pretty solid record as well. So, got to give a lot of credit to the coach. Honestly, I ain't going to lie. I might even go there. It's between them two. The only reason I won't say him because I don't even know bro name. I'll be real. I don't even know bro name. But he is a very good coach. Every single time I watch the Spurs play, I like the way they play. I like the way they build in basketball. I did a whole new generation or the new meta in basketball. I mean, a lot of it was really talking about the Spurs and how they play and how they built their roster. So, in my opinion, it's one of those two teams. I do think the Spurs is more ready for the playoffs. So, maybe you could say I'm sliding there. But due to me not knowing his name, I'm going to have to go JB Bickerstaff. Those are the two I would probably say. I'm trying to think, is there anybody else I'm probably forgetting? Nah, I don't think Mike Brown is a shout for me. You could argue Mazzulla. Low-key, Mazzulla a good shout too. No Tatum. I had them as a... I'm not going to lie. In the East, it's a little different because you could have said they were a top 5 seed. I wouldn't be too mad at it. But they lost a lot more than just Tatum. That's what makes it so impressive what they're doing. So you could argue Mazzulla. Mazzulla may have a real shout. He may even be over Bickerstaff for some people. I'm thinking in the West. It's not really. It's really the usual suspects in the West. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it moving on the Coach of the Year personally. Now next we have the Rookie of the Year. I'll be real. Coming into the season, everybody knew it was Flagg. Shout out to Concanupple because he's been very good this year to even have people even discussing it. And if you look at his like efficiency, bro, I think it's genuinely discussion should be had about him. Not in the Rookie of the Year race, but about him. But Flagg, if you haven't seen my player tier list, honestly, I think my ranking of Flagg, if we ranking based off who the best players right now, I would have Flagg right there. But if we're doing the whole season so far, probably should be a little lower. But as we get further and further into the season, I think that ranking damn near is going to be wrong in the opposite way of what people are going to be saying at the time of this. But I think Flagg is definitely the Rookie of the Year. And it's kind of simple, clear cut, not really much to argue there. VJ had a very good start. He looked very good. If we talking about the best rookie, the best young guy in the rookie games, I guess you could say, it was definitely him, personally. But Cooper Flat didn't even play in that for whatever reason. So, there's that. But yeah, 6 Man of the Year. Now, we got some very interesting shouts. We got Nas Reed, Ty Jerome, John Collins, Chris Paul. Now, this one, I'm not as knowledgeable on. I'll be honest. I'm not as knowledgeable on this one. So, if I'm real with you, I gotta actually look up some guys on this one because I'm thinking of Jaime because I'm a Heat fan, but I don't want to be biased whatsoever. So let me actually make sure I get the full idea of it. I probably should have had this up for a lot of these other ones, but I wanted it to be my real honest opinion. So hold on, give me 1 second. So yeah, in my opinion, I probably would give it to, oh my gosh, my joint trolling. I ain't gonna lie. Off dome, Jaime, cause I can't get it to load. It's just what it is. I think I could, but nah, it's just gonna take too long. So I'll probably just have to say Jaime. I'm trying to think who else would even be in the convo. It gotta be somebody I'm not thinking of. Peyton Watson's been very good, but he has kind of, with Aaron Gordon missing so much time, he's kind of become like a starter. I'm trying to really think. Any team, I gotta think. The Knicks, no. Celtics, no. Cavs, no. The Nuggets, no. I genuinely can't think of anybody else, bro. I genuinely can't think about anybody else. I'm sorry, bro. I know I'm sorry for this one. Sixth man of the year, I know I'm sorry for it, bro. I know I'm chatting with this one, bro. Okay, I got it to work. Hold on. All right, we're gonna see. Futures. Let me see. Awards. I don't even see. Awards. Okay. Let's see. Sixth man of the year. Who did they got here? They got Naz Reid actually on here. Keldon Johnson, Iota Sumo, AJ Mitchell is a good shout. Reed Shepard. I'm not mad at Naz Reid. I don't want Keldon Johnson over Jaime. I would probably still say Jaime. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I'm a Heat fan. It may be biased. I think Jaime has been the only flaw in Jaime's game this year is 3-point shooting, which has always been a flaw. But really, what he was as a rookie, he's kind of developed into that more this year. He's been very good in that role, in my opinion. I think he's been very good. Some games he's been starting. That's why it kind of does get weird with some of these guys. But yeah, Jaime. But if we want to say who the best player between Jaime and Naz, I probably would go Naz. But I do think that's closer than ever this year. But yeah, defensive player of the year. Don't even need to waste time on this. I ain't gonna lie. Which one y'all think is a bigger, easier race? Defensive player of the year. Oh, but Wemby didn't meet the threshold. Okay. If Wemby doesn't meet the threshold, it probably would go to Chet. I feel like it's more so because of how good the Thunder defense is. They feel like they gotta give it to Chet. I don't think Chet been the second best defender this year. I would probably say Scotty Barnes before I say Chet or Bam. I don't want to just spam the Heat on this, so I'll probably say Scotty Barnes. Scotty Barnes has been very good at defender this year, to me. Mobley hasn't been as good as last year. I do still think Chet should probably be in that conversation. And if you want to say it's close between those three, and then say the team, then probably Chet. Be like, in actuality, it probably is Chet. But if Wemby met the threshold, like, Wemby is, but they got to get rid of that. Wemby should have 3 of them. I don't care what nobody says. He should have 3 of them. What is this one? Most improved player? Most improved player. I got to get a reference for this one as well. Because I have no clue. Oh, no, Denny. Oh. Oh, I ain't gonna lie. Somebody actually said Denny. I've been with Denny. I've been with Denny for a little minute, bro. I've thought Denny was really good for a couple years now. I'm not gonna lie, but he took a big jump scoring wise. I think the scoring jump that he's made is crazy. But Jalen Johnson was already good last year too. He just didn't stay healthy. Jalen Johnson's stats are crazy, bro. I low-key think Denny is better though. That's close to me. I'll be real. If we really being real about the most improved part of it, I would argue Keontae George, Jalen Duren, and Ryan Rollins is better shouts. Anthony Black, Jalen Tyson, better shouts in my opinion. I would argue those guys are better shouts. Because Jalen Johnson was already very, very good last year. He was already an all-star caliber player last year. Denny was not an all-star caliber player last year. It probably is Denny. It probably is Denny. It probably is Denny. In real, because I will be honest. Jalen Johnson was actually a legitimate good defender last year. He's not as good of a defender nearly as he was last year, but he's a better playmaker, arguably a better scorer. But I do think he also just is giving more opportunity to do both of those things with Trae Young being out the lineup and then traded. So it is a little weirder. What is this one? Most valuable player. All right, so they didn't do clutch player of the year. I was hoping they did clutch player of the year. Kind of what it is. Clutch player of the year, I would probably say is Shai. I don't really see how it wouldn't be Shai. I don't really understand how in the betting odds Ant is 1, Maxey is 2. Maxey shouldn't even be nowhere near this. In the games I've watched from the 76ers, Maxey's not been clutch. So I don't get that one. Cade I get. Ant I can understand, but Shai has been the most clutch player. Like if you still holding against Shai that he wasn't playing 40 or fourth quarters early in the year, you can see like when they're in them close games, he has to play those quarters. And he's the best player on the floor every single time. Now, that's a different convo, I guess, maybe, but he's been very, very big time in the clutch in a lot of them games when they had those games. Most valuable player, shout out to Jokic. I don't know if Jokic is disqualified yet. He isn't, because he's still on betting. He's still on these betting apps. But I ain't gonna lie. Jokic, since he came back from injury, has not been his usual self. I said that in the player video. He kind of continued that in his first game post All-Star. But I think it's just Shai. And if Jokic gets disqualified, I was saying it should be unanimous. I'm not mad at somebody say Cade because people expected the Thunder to be as good as they are. Me personally, I am kind of shocked at how bad the Thunder have become. And they are so reliant on Shai offensively. Outside of Shai, bro, it is a problem offensively. Now, I will say, if they play more of the A.J. Mitchells, the Aaron Wiggins, instead of the Lou Dorts, then we start having different combos. I don't think Caruso and Casey Wallace is in that Lou Dort situation where people don't care about them. And the thing is, if they don't care about them, those two make you hurt for it, in my opinion, more so than Lou Dort. But different convo. I think Shai is the MVP. He's so important to his team, especially when we see now. Another thing that goes into it, we seen Jokic this year without the Nuggets without Jokic. They were very good still. The Thunder without Shai ain't been that crazy to me this year. So, and even with Shai, you can tell when he goes off the floor the big difference. It's a steep difference. So, even Jokic, even in this year in those minutes, it's not been as big a difference as it's been in the past. A shout, honestly, in my opinion, is Jaylen Brown. A shout, in my opinion, is Jaylen Brown if you want to take Shai and Jokic out of it. But I would probably say that third is definitely Cade for me. But Jaylen Brown, I may have him over Luka in the MVP race. If we just talking about the MVP race, what he has done, kind of going back to the coach of the year conversation. Nobody really expected this team to be this good without Tatum and without a lot of those other guys that they're missing from last year or the year they won the championship. So, I give him a lot of credit, bro. I give him a lot of credit. But yeah, that's my award list, not alone video. If y'all do want more of these prediction videos, a lot of people may not be hip on the football, but we're going to be giving y'all updated CL predictions. Y'all do want more, like the video, subscribe, all that good stuff out the way. Further ado, man, it's your boy Fitz. I'm out of here. Ski.
Tell them to bring me my money. Yeah!